All right. Hey guys, this is our um, Thursday night team call. We have a lot of new ambassadors that have joined within the last month or two, and so I don't want anybody to feel like they are overwhelmed or uninformed. So I thought we could talk about some things to get everybody started. The first thing I want to talk about is making your list of people. So the first thing I encourage, and this is something that I was guilty of not doing or not doing in its entirety up until recently, is making a list of every single person that you know, whether or not you like them or, they do Plexus already. It's just a memory jogger exercise to try to purge every person that you know, because it's kind of like that whole 6 degrees of whatever. It just helps you think of someone and, oh, that someone made me think of this person. And then once you make that list, go through and identify those people that you know that maybe have health issues that you're aware of, or somebody that you would love to have on your team because they would just be a great business partner. And then once you've identified those people, reach out and start talking to them, contact them. The other thing is, if you're a brand new ambassador and you haven't had a launch party, you need to do that. Or you could do an online party. We're going to do one of those Saturday. So if you're curious, if you have potentials, let me know and we'll get you added to the group and you can add your people to the group. And then Jennifer Garcia, super excited. Her launch party is Saturday morning at 11. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And if you guys are in the Yukon area and you want to come over and check it out, we'd love to have you. It's going to be real casual. We're going to have some mimosas. We're going to just kind of talk about the products. So that's one thing too I want to hit on in regard to launch parties. They can be as formal or informal as you want. So we can do, the legitimate, we've got a PowerPoint and we're going to go through the entire slide, or it can simply be coffee or, wine and cheese at your house and relaxed conversation with your girlfriends, and maybe we present all the products, maybe we don't. We just kind of touch on the highlights that way. It's what you feel comfortable with and kind of your flavor. So just keep that in mind as well. The other thing is if you're new, post on Facebook. One thing, I was listening to a call today and they were talking about, it was a guy and the guy had fast started gold without ever making a post on Facebook. And so a couple of points I wanted to make on that was that he never posts on Facebook. So for him to just be posting all the time would be kind of out of character for him. So in that regard, be authentic to you too. But if you want to grow your business and work your business, you also need to let people know what you're doing. And, I have several customers that are out of state and people that I don't get to see all the time or that I keep up with through Facebook. And so, hang on, guys, I'm going to mute all of it. I didn't do that. Okay. But, if you've ordered your welcome pack and, you can simply put a post on Facebook that says something like, I'm waiting for my success kit or my welcome pack with Plexus. I'm super excited to get started. It can be something as simple as, man, I slept great last night, or have so much energy. Thanks, Plexus, to something more in depth, but keep it. Number one, don't make it salesy or ad-like, because people are just going to scroll right past that, but just make it kind of like a story. Lori Harrison is the absolute master at this. So if you don't follow her on Facebook, you should, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But just put it out there in a very genuine, authentic way, and let people know what you're doing, and just kind of let them know what Plexus has done for you. And people will watch for a long time. I have people that have been following me for a year and a half and just now say, okay, I'm ready to get on board. So plant the seeds and know that they will grow. Some of them you have to water them a little longer. Rodriguez, you want to add anything to that? Unmute yourself. Okay, there you go.
Sorry. No, I think you've pretty much covered all of it up to that point.
Okay. The other thing I want to mention is your DMO, your daily method of operation. I'm working on getting better at this, but writing down, a lot of people do the 5-3-1 method, or you could do the, 3-2-1 method, where you're contacting 5 new people a day, you're following up with 3 people, and you're touching base with somebody on your team if you have, ambassadors underneath you. It's important to keep track of, because I know I'm guilty. If I don't take the time to write down who I followed up with or who I contacted, there might be a couple of weeks that have gone by before I realized I didn't follow up. And so that's important. And to go ahead and use your planner to set out, like if you touched base with somebody and they said, I'm going to wait till payday, or I'm going to order next Friday, go out and mark it and say, follow up with this person and just touch base. Because I have people, they get busy and they forget. And so I'll say, hey, it's Angie. I just wanted to follow up and make sure you didn't have any trouble, what's the word I'm looking for? Working your way through the website, or that you didn't have any questions. Did I mention that, we've got a 60-day money back guarantee? I always try to follow up with maybe a little bit of new information and a question. One of the things you want to do, you don't want to puke plexus, you want to play ball. So you want to give them a little bit, maybe ask a question, let them throw the ball back to you, and then just kind of keep going back and forth. And eventually they're going to say, okay, how do I order? What's your website? And then that's when you do that. Don't push it out there from the very beginning, because sometimes they feel like, they're being, that you're being more pushy with it. So you want to be engaged with them, ask lots of questions, and find out, why they're interested. Is it for the business side? Is it for the health? Is it for weight loss? And you want to tailor it for that, and always ask lots of questions and really find out as much as you can about that person. So, which leads me into contests. Did everybody, I'm assuming, see the contest that corporate announced last night? Guys, this is a big deal. This is the biggest incentive that they have ever put out there that we've seen. And if you think about it, I put it in our page. Lori Harrison had also broken down, like, if you get let's say you get 3 ambassadors and 3 customers, if you're brand new, that gets you to silver. You get a $100 bonus. Plus you get, was it a $250 bonus for the incentive, on top of the fact of the preferred bonuses that you're getting from your customers and the PV. I mean, it's really crazy. It's pretty impressive how much money you can earn this month if you're really trying. And so I just encourage everybody to be reaching out and talking to people and really trying to take advantage of that, because I think you could triple probably what they're offering just through the other business building bonuses. If you sign ambassadors and their welcome packs, there's a lot that you guys could do with that. So I'm very excited, and I want you guys to encourage you to reach out to your teams. So I had talked about doing some contests, and then I totally dropped the ball and didn't realize we're in November. So a couple of things I'm going to do. I'm still working on. The Yeti Man was actually out of Yetis, so I couldn't order any Plexus Yetis. He told me to check back with him at the end of the month, and so I made a note in my planner to do that. So hopefully we can give away some Yetis next month. And then I'm also, I have a Plexus laptop bag that I'm going to give away. And then I'm super excited about this, guys. And I got a couple. So I haven't decided if I'm going to keep one or get both of them away. But this is super soft. And I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of a fancy t-shirt. It says Plexus Proud on it. And it's set, let me back up so you can maybe see. And it's kind of one of those fancy where it kind of hangs or whatever, but it's super cute and it's super soft. So I have a couple of these that we're going to get rid of. And then I'm still working on ideas for more stuff. So I will get that posted in our group. Let's see, by the end of the week. And then that way we'll have contests. I haven't decided if we're going to do like once a week or every 2 weeks. And then I was also considering the Jennifer Pasillas and Jennifer Rodriguez. You're in the 6-week with Kelly, right? Okay, she had partnered us up. And that was something I really like it. And I'm going to unmute you guys to see if you want to give feedback. But so here's the thing that I like about it. I like it's kind of like an accountability thing for me. And I like the fact that Barbara and I are that's who my partner is Barbara Eyrich. But it's kind of one of those things that we encourage and check in, and it might be every day or it might be every other day. And it's kind of like, hey, how are you doing? This is what I've got. And we earn points as partners for the week. And then Kelly gives away prizes to the 2 members with the highest score. And so I was debating whether or not to let this be individual or to partner people up. But we need people to participate in order to do that. And I want to know what you guys' thoughts are on that.
I think we should partner people up.
Okay.
I think it really helps having accountability partners.
No, I do too. Pasillas? Trying to unmute you. Why won't it let me? There we go. Okay. Do you keep remuting yourself? Okay. Pasillas,
What?
I want your opinion on it.
I said, yeah, it's good.
I was looking for some more words.
I can't see anybody for some reason.
Okay.
I can only see myself. Yeah.
Okay. Well, when I post this recording, I will put out there that I want to know who wants in on the contest, and then we'll partner them up, and then that way we'll have an idea of who's going to work it. The other thing I want to mention is we have a few events coming up. So we have the Diamond Panel, which I'm really excited about because we haven't had one of those since I started, and I've seen a recording of one they did. I don't know if it was when we were at convention, but Tara will be there, and we have 6 people, 3 of which are on the Freedom Team. So if you have potentials or your ambassadors, everybody get there. I think it's going to be a really good time. And then we've got Super Saturday coming up in January. So,
Sorry to interrupt. When is that one?
which one?
One you were just talking about?
The Diamond Panel? It is Monday night, November 16th. So a week from this coming Monday.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then Super Saturday, I believe, is January 9th. You do have to register. Last year, I think it was $17 per person. And so the exciting thing was at Leaders Retreat, they were kind of telling us about the new training system, and they're streamlining everything and the new welcome kits and everything. If you register and go to Super Saturday this year, which Super Saturday is ambassador training, and it's really good and you want to go. And so everybody that goes to the Super Saturday training this year gets a brand new, they're calling it a success kit. So I really encourage you, if nothing else, you want to go to get the new pack and check it out and see what it's all about. And that's a great thing to get. It's just good training, good information. It gets everybody fired up. So if you have your teams, it's really going to motivate them. But I really want you guys to not let we're creeping up around the holidays, and people have a tendency to overeat and put on weight. So I would capitalize on just helping people maintain weight through the holidays, giving Plexus as a gift. You know what I mean? I would utilize that too. I don't know if you guys saw the post I made earlier today. I actually had gotten it from someone else, and then I went through and tweaked it to fit me for Plexus. And then I tagged every direct salesperson that I'm friends with, and I support their stuff that's not Plexus related. and just encouraged people to support direct sales and your local businesses. And so I think that that's something that you guys should take advantage of too. If you know somebody that maybe their spouse could use the products, I would just talk to them and say, hey, I was just thinking about, Mary Beth, and she mentioned that she's got migraines and diabetes, and, what do you think about, I think Plexus would really help her. Do you want, we could put a real cute basket together with the, triplex or something, and just kind of see, because I don't think we have, I don't think you can buy like gift cards, but I would really encourage people to order some product and do some of that for the holidays. Great stock, probiotic, great stocking stuffer, X Factor. What else? Let's see. I talked about launch parties. I really want to encourage you guys. One thing that we're doing, Lori Harrison has a 6-week group that we're doing, and she's really focusing on affirmations. She's talking about visualization. And so, for example, she was doing something the other night talking about her and Jetty are putting a pool in at their house. And she'd had a vision board that she had made a long time ago. And if you guys haven't made your vision boards, which I think most of you have, I really encourage you to do that. But she had made this vision board, I think it'd been a couple of years ago, and then it got put away. And when she pulled it out, it looked almost exactly like the pool that they're having built. And I know you know, that might sound like, yeah, she saw a picture, of course she's going to build it like what she saw, but she had, taken it and put away and kind of had put it in the back of her mind. But so anyway, we're just really talking about the importance of, for example, if you want to be in Kona, Hawaii next year on the beach, Emerald, when you go to bed at night, take 5 or 10 minutes and just visualize, picture yourself, feel the breeze on your face, feel the sand in your toes. Imagine what it would be like to be on the beach in Maui. Imagine yourself on stage at convention, getting your lei and, letting everybody see that you're emerald or sapphire or diamond. There is no reason why any of us couldn't be there next year. You've got until July 31st. That's 9 months. So, whatever it is, or if it's as simple as being able to take your kids to the movies and not have to, worry about being pocketbook strained. Imagine doing things with your kids and money not being an issue, or, even if it's something in regard to your health, picture what it is to feel strong and healthy and confident. So, that's just something that I really think is important, and praying over our businesses. I know that there are several of us. Read the book, The Circle Maker. If you guys haven't, it's about dreaming boldly and big. And I think everybody should read it. But I know several of us that have really prayed over our businesses. And I can tell you it's made a big impact, and things are, the momentum is growing. And I attribute a lot of that to the prayers that we've prayed over our team and over our ambassadors individually. So, I think that that's the bulk of everything I had on I was going to have Jen talk about the power of 3 a little bit for our new people. One other thing before I'm going to have Jennifer talk about do a quick blurb on the power of 3, and then we'll close out, but is also the shield of confidence. I'll try to repost it. I think we've got in our group, but something, if you're kind of nervous about talking to people, there's a couple of things that I want you to just kind of tuck away in your pocket to use to give you more confidence. The first thing is our 60-day money-back guarantee. When I was brand new, I really clung to that a lot because I knew that, if I was nervous or I hadn't been in it long as far as education on the products and everything, I knew they could try it for 60 days. And if nothing else, they get their money back. The other thing is, kids walk by me. My train jumped the track. Testimonials. Be sure that you're reading testimonials, listening to calls, and hearing about them, and just building your belief in the products, because they do work and they do amazing things. And so that's just something else. Again, there were a couple of other things. Your testimony your upline's testimony. Those are things that are real, and those are people that you know, and so use those. And as far as like financial testimony, if you're talking to somebody about the business and you're like, well, I don't really have a financial testimony yet. If Jennifer Rodriguez is your upline, use her financial testimony. You can use mine. You can use Kelly Norman or Tammy Elmore. There are diamond uplines. So just, don't be afraid to talk to people, because maybe, you're not where you want to be yet. So just keep sharing and kind of use some of those things. We've got 10 minutes left on our meeting. So Jen, why don't you cover the power of 3 for a minute?
Okay, and real quick, I just wanted to say something with all of our new ambassadors. I really think that everyone should go check out plexuspowertools.com. They update the information, especially like with our BioCleanse, the grapefruit
Seed extra.
Yes, that's not in there anymore. And so I've had a lot of questions from new ambassadors as far as ingredients and how to share that information with their customers. So that's a great website for $10 a year. I think everyone should go join that website. Okay. Sorry. Bella is texting me like crazy right now. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. So the power of 3. So basically, if you go and get 3 ambassadors, on average right now, Plexus is paying about $3 per point. So you get 5 points per ambassador. If you have 3 ambassadors, you have 15 points. Okay. If each ambassador gets 3, just like you did, and that continues to happen, let's say 7 levels away from you, you don't have to know those people. But 7 levels away from you, if that happens just in points, I'm looking at it right now, that is $14,679 a month just in pay points. That's only one of the 11 ways that Plexus pays. So if you can just focus on getting 3 ambassadors and teaching each ambassador to do the same thing. Now, you can get way more than 3. They can get way more than 3, but it only takes the power of 3 to make that amount of money every month. So I think the power of 3 is huge. It's important. It's simple. It's that simple. So get 3 ambassadors, duplicate yourself, and teach them to do the same.
Good.
I think that kind of sums up the power of 3.
I do too. And then also I had sent out emails to some of our new ambassadors, and it had the link to Sheila Medina's talk at last year's convention as she covered the power of 3. So I'll try to remember to post her link as well to watch that video if anybody's, more visual. Is there anything else anybody wanted to talk about or question? I'm going to unmute everybody real quick and then see if anybody has questions or comments. And if not, then we'll sign off.
This might sound goofy, but where do we register for the Super Saturday? Because I didn't realize that we.
Oh, it hasn't come out yet. So you'll get an email, or they'll post it in your back office. But they've just been talking about it, and so when you log in to your back office, it'll probably happen, I would think, fairly soon. Okay. They'll tell you, go here to register for Super Saturday, and I believe you can register a guest. So you can bring, I'm trying to remember, that was a year ago, if you can bring I think you can bring non-Plexus ambassadors, but it is ambassador training.
So we do need Heather to go.
Yeah, of course, bring Heather, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, last year it was really good. It was a lot of fun. So I'm really excited about it. And we have Michelle Thomas. I don't know if you guys ever watched the Rock the Pink calls. So if not, I post some of them in our group sometimes, but Tim and Michelle are Diamond Emerald couple with Plexus, and they are a lot of fun, and they usually have great guests on every Monday night. And so anyway, Michelle, they're from Ohio, and she'll be there. And then I can't remember who else is going to be the speakers at ours. They kind of like to mix it up and take the diamonds that are in your area and they send them somewhere else and bring you people that like we don't have access to all the time. So that's really exciting. Well, I think that's it. And I think we're about out of time. Thanks guys for giving me an hour of your evening. I'll post this in our group so that those that didn't get on the call can hear it. And then if there's anything I forgot or you have questions later, just let me know. And we'll try to start doing this on a regular basis.
You, Angie.
Your bet. Have a good night, guys.